This is a Singer Model 20 sew handy from around the 1955 era. And one thing that probably a lot of people don't try with a Model 20 is sewing through thicker layers. Now this happens to be a piece of fabric that is part of a quilt pattern, but it calls for a wool backing and a cotton surface. And so today what I want to do is just see how the Model 20 goes with it. As far as I've already quilted in white around the edges and 2 center stripes. Now I've got dark blue thread in the Model 20, and I just want to see how it goes through a woven square on the back of this. Now remember to lock the stitching, to lock the row. You want to pull out some extra thread on the left and then use a small seam ripper and break that thread on the right, and then as you pull the fabric out it should lock your stitches. It didn't do it on this one, so when it doesn't do it, you can simply pull it through on a loop in the back. The bottom side from the sewing is where the loops are, and you need to pull, technically, pull a loop up so that it comes through the previous loop as a strand. And you have to be careful because, as you can see, a few of them are popping out. Now I think they're popping out simply because this is such a thick item. So I'm going to go ahead and try to pull the thread through. It has locked, but I would have to do it again. And that's the beauty of a chain stitch. This is a chain stitch machine. But look at that. I am surprised. That blue line is the Model 20 stitching. And other than not locking the seam correctly at the end, that went beautifully. Those are potholder woven squares, and this is quilting cotton. So now I know that this is a quilt project that is like a junior sweater quilt. It gives you a quilt about 30 inches square, 34 inches square, and now I know I could make it with a Model 20. Now, and here is the beauty of a Model 20. I'm just going to pull the whole thing out, and I love that about a chain stitch, because it didn't lock right, and I'd rather redo it than have 2 seams kind of at the end there. So amazing that, to me, that was not a problem at all. And Model 20s are so nice to use just in general, because if you can do something simply with a Model 20, then I feel like that's an advantage. That you're not needing to pull out your big machine and make everything a big project. I'm not going to thread that right now because I need the needle threader. But there's a Model 20 going through a layer of cotton and woven squares.